Napoleon Bonaparte is a well-known historical figure. In the early 1800s, he led successful military campaigns that made the First French Empire bigger and more powerful. People remembered him as a strong military leader and also as someone who wanted a lot of power and did things ruthlessly. From his rise to power during the French Revolution until his removal in 1815, Napoleon used art and artists to convey his political strength. One famous painting that does this is Napoleon on his imperial throne from 1806. In the painting, Napoleon isn't just shown as a French emperor, he looks almost like a divine ruler, highlighting his high status. In 1811, the artist recreated the pose for a painting depicting Jupiter. This artwork is quite large, measuring 259 by 162 cm. It idolizes and most importantly honors Napoleon, portraying him as the emperor not just by his title but through how he is shown. He is elevated, dressed in luxurious drapery, and surrounded by eagles. In 1886, an artist painted Napoleon in front of Egypt's Sphinx during his invasion of Egypt. Napoleon is out for greatness for an emperor that is conquering and expanding the French Empire out of Europe. Facing Sphinx, similar to Oedipus, was a crucial challenge before making history. In 1804, a painting titled Bonaparte Visiting the Plague-Stricken in Jaffa aimed to improve Napoleon's image during a challenging time. While facing rumors of ordering the execution of 50 plague-infected soldiers during his Syrian retreat, the artwork portrays Napoleon reaching out heroically to a man with a plague. Despite his officers trying to stop him, Napoleon, in a sudden show of empathy, connects with his subjects. The painting was created to shape public opinion, convincing the French population that Napoleon wouldn't order the killing of people with the plague. Another famous painting of Napoleon is called the Coronation of Napoleon, created by Jacques-Louis between 1805 and 1807. It's a big painting measuring 9.79 meter by 6.21 meter, and it's a mix of art and storytelling. It tells a historical fact that everyone knows, the crowning of Emperor Napoleon. But it also has a touch of propaganda because it dramatizes the ceremony, showing off the grandeur of the new imperial regime. Here is a bit of background. In 1804, Napoleon was 35 years old and was super popular with the French people. He became Emperor Napoleon and wanted a big religious ceremony to end the celebration. The coronation happened on December 2, 1804 at Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. Napoleon asked Jacques-Louis, who was the emperor's top painter, to create a large painting to remember this special event. The painting is like a big gallery of portraits with over 200 figures. In the painting, you see Pope Pius VII, Josephine, Napoleon's wife, and Napoleon himself holding the crown he is about to wear. Originally, David intended to portray Napoleon crowning himself, but that could have been perceived as a bit authoritarian. So he went with this very strong and composed posture. This painting was not only created to make people like Napoleon, but it also changed the truth a bit. Sometimes for political reasons, people change what really happened in pictures to control what others think. For example, Napoleon's older brother, Joseph Bonaparte, didn't go to the ceremony because he had a fight with Napoleon, but he was still painted as if he was there. In the painting, Napoleon's mother is elegantly dressed, sitting and smiling. However, the reality is quite different. She actually didn't support the ceremony and chose not to attend the coronation. It is interesting because in the painting, she appears sweet and approving, overseeing the event. But in truth, on the day of coronation, she was in Rome. Napoleon didn't want any family problems to spoil his coronation, so the painting was changed to make things look better than they were. Now let's look at the most famous painting of Napoleon ever made, Napoleon Crossing the Alps, created by Jacques-Louis in 1801. This painting is very one-sided and meant to make Napoleon look very impressive. It shows him bravely leading his troops through the great St. Bernard Pass in Switzerland on horseback, battling wind and conquering rocky terrain. David even carved Napoleon's name next to the other great leaders in the stone. In the portrait, Napoleon looks calm and confident, but the reality was different. The painting was more about making him seem strong for political reasons than showing what really happened. In 1850, another French artist, Paul Delaroche, decided to recreate the scene more realistically. He showed that Napoleon didn't lead the troops through the Alps. He followed them a few days later. Instead of leading, he was guided by a peasant. Also, Napoleon didn't cross the Alps on horseback, but on a mule. These changes by David in his original painting made Napoleon appear more heroic than he actually was. Throughout history, leaders have used stories and images to keep strengthening their power. Napoleon, not just a skilled war strategist, but also apt at ideological battles, understood the importance of manipulating people through words and pictures. He mastered the art of propaganda, bending the truth to craft a heroic image of himself. This allowed him to build a loyal following that continued to admire him even after his death. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please drop a comment and don't forget to subscribe this channel for more design related informative videos.